All right, let's dive right into today's explainer. We're unraveling the cinematic mystery and the absolutely staggering real-life history behind the profound Chinese-Thai family drama, Dear You. This is a deeply, deeply moving story. It's all about migration, unimaginable sacrifice, and the kind of quiet devotion that holds families together across decades and oceans.
So we kick things off in the present day with a pretty compelling question. What exactly happens when a massive billionaire inheritance turns out to be, well, a ghost story? We follow a young guy named Xiaowei. He is literally drowning in debt, right? And he heads over to Bangkok with one sole desperate mission, tracking down his estranged, wealthy grandfather to claim his inheritance. But what he actually uncovers is something else entirely.
You see, Xiaowei goes in with incredibly high hopes. He's expecting a total financial rescue from his so-called billionaire grandfather, a man named Zang Mushen. But reality hits hard. The second he starts digging into his family's past over in Thailand, he finds out his grandpa hasn't been building some massive empire at all. Actually, he's been dead for decades.
Section 1. A tragic twist of fate. The real journey of Zang Mushen.
Now, this bombshell completely shatters what Xiaowei's family back in China believed for years. His grandmother, Shurou, spent decades thinking her husband had just up and abandoned them to start a new, rich life. But let's map out Mushen's actual journey. Back in the 1940s, during the Chinese Civil War, this young Chaoshan guy escapes conscription by fleeing south. By the 1950s, he safely makes it to Thailand, where a Thai-Chinese woman named Shurou helps him get on his feet. But then, the 1960s hit. Tragedy strikes. Mushen is killed while heroically trying to stop a robbery on a boat. His life just ends abruptly, leaving his family back in China with absolutely no news and zero closure.
Moving on to Section 2. The beautiful 18-year lie. A secret that held two families together.
Okay, so here's the million-dollar question. If Mushen died decades ago, who on earth was sending all those letters and money back to his struggling family? Well, the answer spans a staggering 18 years. For almost 2 whole decades, Shi Nanji, that same woman who helped Mushen when he first arrived in Thailand, kept up an incredibly elaborate, painstakingly detailed deception. And she didn't do it for her own gain. No way. She did it purely out of compassion and loyalty to protect Mushen's family from absolute despair.
To actually pull this off, she relied on something called qiaopi. Basically, these are combined letter and remittance documents that Chinese migrants in Southeast Asia would send back home. And for 18 long years, Shi Nanji forged these critical documents. She wrote letters as if she were Mushen and sent money she most likely earned herself, all to keep the family's hope alive across borders.
Nanzi maintained this, what we can definitely call a beautiful lie, for over 18 years, just to protect that family in China, to keep their hopes alive. The sheer quiet devotion it took to do this, it's just mind-blowing. It transforms what could have been a standard family drama into this profound, incredibly moving story of cross-border sacrifice. She literally became the invisible pillar holding up a family hundreds of miles away.
Which brings us to Section 3, the archival soul. Fiction built on a massive foundation of real history.
Now you might be wondering, is Dear You just one single true story directly dramatized? Well, actually, scratch that. It's more like a massive collage. While the specific 18-year forged letter campaign by one woman is a creative distillation, accounting for about 10% of the film added by director Lan Hongqin, an astounding 90% of the events depicted on screen rest on a massive, undeniable foundation of real-life archival accounts.
Just to give you a sense of the sheer scope here, the director and his team spent years doing intense documentary work before even developing the script. They visited nearly 300 households. They interviewed over 120 elderly Chaoshan people and poured over hundreds, literally hundreds, of historical qiaopi and real family histories. They went all in to guarantee the historical soul of this film was totally authentic.
And all that meticulously gathered research, it translates directly onto the screen. Every single atmospheric detail, from the exact price of a boat ticket for migrant travel to the gritty, authentic textures of the streets back then, right down to the mortal dangers and real tragedies those overseas migrants actually faced. It was all drawn directly from actual family histories. It perfectly grounds the fiction in absolute reality.
And finally, Section 4, closing a lifelong wound, the meeting of two women.
So, zooming back in from the macro history to the personal, emotional core, the story brings us to this incredibly powerful resolution.
In their old age, Ye Shurou, the wife who firmly believed she was abandoned all those years, and Xin Nanji, the devoted protector who sent all those letters, finally come face to face. It's a meeting that closes a half-century-old wound. Shurou finally learns the staggering truth about her husband's death and the immeasurable, lifelong sacrifice that Nanji made for a family she had literally never even met.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to think about Xi and Nanji's incredible loyalty. Consider her sacrifice, that beautiful 18-year lie, and ask yourself this final, provocative question. How far would you go to protect the hope of someone you've never met? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating slice of history and cinema with us today, and we'll catch you on the next one.
想你，夜深人静，我想你，每一次心跳都想你，你的存在。